Hey, 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 welcome back to another episode of The In-Between. I'm your host, Elizabeth Cheney, and I have a very, very exciting guest with me here today. This is Kaylyn, and for those who don't know Kaylyn, she's kind of a very big deal here in Atlanta. She's been named one of Jezebel Magazine's 40 Under 40 for this year, and if you're not familiar with Jezebel Magazine, you're living under a rock, but it's a very big deal here in Atlanta and also across the country. But the big thing that Kaylyn is known for, and what is, I guess, your bread and butter, so to speak, is she is the CEO, founder of the creative marketing agency Black Book Studio. She does real estate marketing, all different types of marketing, but I'm going to let her talk about that and how it's evolved and grown and how she got to where she is today. But also tease a very special event that's coming up here in July that we're really excited to, well, I'm excited to attend. I'm sure it's your baby, so of course you are, but you are part of lots of different networking, women professional organizations here in Atlanta with high profile roles, and I don't know, you're going to Marie Claire events. She's a big deal, and I'm honored to have her here on the podcast and to get to know you and, I don't know, have you be a guest. So Kaylyn, welcome to The In-Between.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
This is your first podcast, right?
It is. I've always been slow to talk.
Do you feel any nervous energy or?
I mean, a smidge, but I feel like it'll disappear within like the first minute.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, your eyes are like glowing. Her makeup is like on point. Well, I think like the first question is I would love for you to kind of tell the audience, the listeners, the audience, you know, the big audience that's in front of us, a little bit about yourself and kind of your background and how you got into marketing, specifically real estate, because you're kind of a big deal in the real estate world.
That's a loaded question.
Okay.
So how did I get here? Mm-hmm. Are we starting back like?
You're like, I was born this day and this year.
Yeah. Like, where are we starting?
How about
my interest as it pertains to marketing?
Yeah. Have you always wanted to get into marketing, or was it kind of something that fell into your lap? Because you went to school abroad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So honestly, I feel like it's always been my thing. And I didn't realize it was my thing until I got older. But like, I've always been creative. I come from an entrepreneurship family.
Okay.
So I was always starting little businesses here and there.
Oh my God,
and like the fun part for me was the marketing.
Okay.
I didn't enjoy the operations. I didn't enjoy anything else, but I enjoyed creating campaigns, and I enjoyed like that first launch photo shoot and what does that look like. So I really enjoyed that. So I always did campaigns.
Okay.
And when I was getting ready to go to college, I think my mindset wasn't on what did I enjoy doing, but rather what's going to make a lot of money.
Okay. Respect.
So initially when I went to school, I didn't go for marketing. I went for optometry. I don't know why I chose that. I've never been to an eye doctor. Like, I was just like looking through the positions that made a lot of money, and I'm like, okay, I can do this one. That sounds cool. But quickly found out that wasn't my thing, you know.
I'm trying to imagine you as an eye doctor.
Yeah, no. Imagine me just doing chemistry. Like, it's just, it doesn't work. Like, it doesn't work. I failed twice, and then I was like, okay, pivot. So that's what I did. But I end up still kind of doing, so I did sports management.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah. I really like sports, but also like my freshman year, we won the national championship.
Okay.
So I was just like, yeah, I want a high from us winning. And it was just like a big experience. So I was like, okay, I like sports, but I also always wanted to do business.
Okay.
So it was like a play on that because I still learned business management, but it was a focus on sports.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been a long journey.
So sports management, well, first optometry, I can't even say that word, optometry.
Yes.
I can't get over that. I was like, jaw drop, curveball. Okay, girl. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you'd be a really cute eye doctor, but yeah.
Yeah.
So sports management, that's what you graduated with?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I graduated my bachelor's with.
Okay.
So in between, while I was in school, I studied abroad my last summer in London.
Okay.
And this is through the global sports management program.
Got it. Okay.
And I was in London. It was an amazing experience. Like, so much to I wanted to come back. So I had a friend, me and her were like, research how we can go back to school in London. But like through that, I've learned like the US, they have loans that you can get a U.S. backed loan in London. So it made the process super easy. It was just like I was applying for a loan at my undergrad. Like it was a similar process.
Dang.
So there's a list of universities abroad that support that program. So we started there and then toured a few, and then that's how I ended up choosing London South Bank University.
Oh, okay.
So there is when I started to get into my real, like I know I enjoyed marketing. So I did international marketing, a master's in international marketing, and it was just an amazing experience. Yeah. I think attending school abroad, it was so different than the U.S. It felt like to me. Yeah. But it could be also different programs, like coming from bachelor's program, it's test, exam, study. Versus the program abroad, it was more experience. It was more so project-based. Here we give you a project, get creative. Okay. Like, but it was also collaborative because it was teamwork. It was team projects. Like, you know, it was really nice. And it wasn't so much of a exam every day, you know, like, or just feeling the need. I was able to truly like live through it.
You're gonna inspire me to go back to grad school now.
Yeah, I don't know if I can. But
I'm like over 30. I think that ship has sailed. That's okay.
Yeah. So graduated from there. Then I came back home to Florida. Okay. And I was not in a marketing degree. It was like that fresh out of college feel, trying to find a job. Yeah. So it was always my plan to get into the marketing field with whatever company. Like I just had to get my foot in the door, and I was gonna make my way to marketing, right?
Yes, I believe that.
So that was my thought.
You seem like someone who's like, this is what I want. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, it didn't happen how I wanted it to happen. It didn't. But it happened how it needed to happen.
Okay, explain.
As I look back, you know, what do you mean? So I had been applying to positions in the marketing department, was not getting it, had a few interviews, but I wasn't getting the roles. Okay. So this was around COVID. Ooh. You know, so we were remote. I was talking to my fiance and I'm like, I just want to go. Like, I want somewhere different. First of all, I was feeling like a hard stop. Like, I wasn't feeling motivated. Yeah. I wasn't feeling, I don't know. It was just a different environment. Yeah. And it was just like, I seen a ceiling. Like, yeah. But I wanted to move somewhere where it was like no ceiling. I can't explain it.
No, I know what you mean. Like more opportunity, more like, yeah. And I feel like Atlanta has a little bit more of that energy versus Florida.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you lived on the beach,
well,
right?
now, so St. Pete.
Yeah, okay.
St. Pete, Tampa. But now I feel like it's reverting. Like, it's starting to be up and coming now. But, yeah, I probably won't move back until I retire. But it's definitely on the up and up now. Okay. But I still feel like Atlanta is better. And it was better for me.
Yeah. Maybe even like starting out, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so then you're like, well, I need more opportunity, so I'm going to go to Atlanta.
Yeah, so I came to Atlanta. At that time, I was in my entrepreneurship bag. You know, I had an athletic brand. Okay. So in Atlanta, working remote with the company I was at, I still had my clothing business on the side. And it was activewear. Okay. I was doing a campaign for a new collection we had coming out, and I invited like some of the people I knew from college, but like I had a few girls, and one of the young ladies, I knew her from college, and we just kind of reconnected through that shoot, her being a model. And just through talking, I was like, yeah, I'm here now. I'm excited. I'm like looking for a job, like probably. And she's like, oh, my job is hiring.
That's how it happens.
That's how it happens. And honestly, that's how Atlanta is.
Yes, like, it is.
It is very much like that. And it's just be random, and it's always just, oh, let's connect. Oh, let's do this. But yeah. So needless to say, she sent me information. I applied. I got the job. And that was at Compass. Oh, okay. So that's my journey at Compass, how that started.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yes. So the reason I like that you shared all of this is your end goal was marketing, right? Kind of a broad umbrella, broad trampoline, so to speak. And your end goal being that, like all your decisions kind of led you to that. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I talk about this sometimes on the podcast, like when you have a dream or you have a goal, the universe conspires to give it to you as long as you're focused on it. So even though you couldn't have predicted this chick to be like, hey, I got a job for you, but pursuing it, going to a place that had better opportunities, not sure what's going to work out, but I'm going to do it, this and this, and boom. Like the way the connection and the invisible strings that pull, I appreciate you sharing. And I think it's relevant because it's someone betting on themselves and not quite having the 1, 2, 3 step guide to get there. Yeah. And then boom, here you go.
And I think it's truly the definition of it, continuously pivoting. I think you have to have that mindset so you're not like just stuck in a funk. Yes. Like I wasn't getting the roles that I wanted. And I'm like, okay, what I got to do different? Yeah. Like something needs to change. I can't just like, okay, I'll just stay in this position and maybe one day they'll give me a position, like, a different role. I don't know. I think that was the silver lining there too. But yeah.
You sound like an entrepreneur. With that whole pivoting, like, gotta pivot to get to where you're trying to go. So you get this job at Compass, which I can already start to see how the real estate marketing started to be born. But how did you get from working at Compass to marketing to your goals here?
Yeah. So when I joined Compass, I worked with the agent, so agent experience, and I sort of dibbled and dabbled in my marketing on the side. So the agency has always been a thing before it was a thing, before it was official, right? Oh. So I was always working on projects and doing side things for my main Compass job. But when I started working at Compass, I started working with some of the agent teams and helping them and assist them with marketing.
Oh, okay.
So my role, again, wasn't necessarily a marketing title.
Yeah.
But it heavily involved a lot of marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, curating events, graphic design, sending out, preparing emails. Like it was,
oh my gosh.
It was the whole shebang, right?
Like we got this like wizard over here. Jeez.
No, actually, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna be humble. No,
but yeah, brag. So, this is your spotlight. Brag.
No, I mean, but the work definitely talk for itself. Like,
right. Yeah.
So I think just in that, I was working with some agents on the side, helping them through different creative marketing services. And I think the year was 21. I feel like time is just like moving. Maybe 22. But needless to say, I ended up getting laid off. They had massive layoffs. My role was affected. Immediately, it transitioned me into my agency full time.
Okay.
I still had clients and agent teams from Compass. So now I just wasn't working from a corporate level.
Yeah.
And, honestly, when I graduated college, I think I always seen my life more corporate.
Interesting. Versus entrepreneurial?
Yeah. Like, okay. I think I always knew I was creative. I always going to do something. But I said, when I thought about how I would advance in the marketing field, I always seen it corporate.
Okay.
And not so much of the entrepreneurial. But that was something interesting. I say that to say I took a lot from my corporate experience.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like, it taught me a lot of things just behind the scenes, how to run a business.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I've taken a lot of things that I can implement into my structure, my systems, and how I operate my business. And I try to emulate that. Like, I'm sure. Like, yeah. I'm like, I need to be organized. Like,
we're not hating on corporate.
We're not. I can learn a lot from corporate. Corporate is amazing. And I think, it's all about the experience at the end of the day. If you only see it one way, it's just like,
especially you, for someone who your role wasn't necessarily defined as what it turned into for you. So not only did you get this corporate experience, but you also kind of got to see how you can bet on yourself and you can be this multifaceted employee in person and what you bring to the table.
Yeah.
So was Black Book Studio, like even just the name, was that always a part? Did you always have that? Or when was that born?
The name?
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. So before I started the agency, the activewear I told you about, it was called Black Athleisure.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know, the BLK just kind of always stuck with me. It's like, I don't know. Like, I mean, my Instagram is Boss Lady K. Like, the BLK. Like, it's just...
Oh my God, I just put that together. Yes. I feel like an idiot.
Yes. So it's just like, it's something near and dear
I love it though. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is so good. Great branding. Look at you go.
Yeah. So,
marketer.
So that's how, as I transitioned into thinking of a name for my brand, I just kind of took off.
Oh, I love that.
Book studio. It was just like a little black book.
Yeah.
I mean, essentially that is my process. And as I grow, like that is what I'm emulate, like a little black book. So I want to be a space for collaboration, connection, and you can come to me and I can help you get it done type of situation.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now, when you say that, would you say that's even outside of real estate?
Oh, for sure. So real estate is just like a pillar. Honestly, what I enjoy about marketing is working with, I'm not a niche company. So we tailor our campaigns and our creative ideation to the actual client, more so their target audience. Who's their target audience? We focus solely on that, and then we can just develop. We can talk to anybody. You just have to know who you're talking to first.
Yeah. So you've created a blend of marketing, creative, and lifestyle, right?
Yes.
So my question really was, how did that all come together? But I feel like it was just a natural progression.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a natural progression. Before I joined Compass, I didn't think about real estate. I didn't think of it from that aspect of working in it.
Right.
Just obviously.
Especially from like a marketing standpoint, because you think real estate, you think of agents selling homes and things like that.
Yeah, I never gave any thought to that. I mean, my childhood home was the same home. I've never really dealt with the real estate industry. I didn't have the money to buy a house. I wasn't really looking into that. So it was really me just accepting the opportunity.
Yeah. That makes sense.
It was like, I never thought about real estate, but it's also a pivot into me getting something here in Atlanta versus working remote. And, we don't know if we're going to be going back to office. And I just needed to have, I'm all
Different
about
times.
Security. I needed to transition.
I get it, girl.
So that was more so me just like, okay, let's give it a try. I didn't try to control it too much. And, no, I'm not going to get a role until it's specifically marketing. No, I just kind of went with the flow and the sense.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when it comes easy like that, you just have to trust God.
Yeah. No, seriously.
Yeah.
So you just had a feeling. I don't know how this is. You didn't have a feeling. Not so much a feeling of this is going to lead to marketing, but you had a feeling this is the right opportunity.
Yeah. And I was at the same mindset. Okay, I'm just going to work until I get to top of the marketing chain. Whatever company I joined, it was always the goal. Okay, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to work myself up to the top of the marketing chain. So that was always my thought process.
Yeah.
And then layoffs happened. And that's just so, that was my first experience.
Bless your heart.
I've never been fired. It was just my first sense of I felt lost. I lost something.
Oh, I feel that.
But it pivoted me into such an amazing way. So here I am leaving corporate. Not even a few months later, I started working for an agent team, a big agent team in Midtown. They deal with Atlanta Modern Homes.
Oh, yeah.
Doyle Goodrow.
Shout out.
Yes. So I started working with them as a marketing operations manager. So the broker at the time at Compass referred me to that team. They were looking for someone to join it, and the broker referred me, and that's amazing. So that's really, I would say, the true start. I was doing marketing. I can't say start, but it took me to a different level once I joined with them.
Okay.
Yeah. It was very rigorous.
And that was through the connections and relationships. Well, agency life seems like a whole different world.
Yeah, it is.
We don't have to go into it, but from my friends that work in agency, what creative or communications, whatever the faucet, they have no life. I'll go ahead and say it. You have to have very good boundaries. You have to have very good boundaries.
You do. You can get lost in it.
Yeah.
And I think it's an amazing thing, but it's a balance. When you are actually doing something you enjoy doing, you would do it twice.
I think they would say the same thing. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So when did you start to really work on your own business? Was it did you reach a point working with this agency that you're you know what, I could do this on my own and be the top dog?
Okay. So I was still always doing it on the side. Okay. I've never stopped taking outside clients. Even with me working as a managing and operations manager for the team, I still was doing my agency work on the side.
Okay. So she's always been an entrepreneur. I love it.
Yeah. No, I never pushed that to the
Boss
side.
Lady K. Okay.
Yeah. So I can go back a little. My agency started once I got laid off. I was okay.
Got it.
I'm full force in this agency work. But I did take the role when offered because I'm
yeah, it's security.
Yeah, it's security. I still had my agency work on the side. I was just, when I got off work, I was doing my clients' work. Or if I had, I can say this now because I'm not.
I can't wait.
Because I'm not working there. But, I love you, Matt. But yeah, so like in my downtime, I did my agency work on the clock. I don't recommend that. Don't get fired. You know, you should definitely do your job. I did my job too. I did my job, but you should definitely not steal the company's time. You shouldn't. You shouldn't.
I love it. But I mean, you were doing your work. Just because you can do something more efficiently than someone's normal 2 hours. I mean, this sounds resourceful.
Yeah, but I learned a lot under Matt, and just naturally over time, eventually it just got too much to handle both. So I was at a place where I was ready to bet on myself. Honestly, it was a scary process, but like to leave that security.
No, I'm sure. You know, I don't know if a catchphrase is the right word, but it's a phrase nonetheless that I like to live by. I have a lot of those lately. But one of them, most important, that I always talk about is I'm always going to bet on me. Because if you can't bet on yourself, then who's going to? So I love that you mentally like took that verbatim already on your journey, and that I had a question that was, what did it look like to bet on yourself when the outcome wasn't guaranteed? And I feel like this is the perfect plate to answer that. So you're about to take a leap, but it's because it's like non-manageable to juggle the corporate agency job versus your own bread and butter, so to speak.
Yeah.
So how did it feel to make that decision? Was there imposter syndrome? Were you freaking out? Were you like, probably a little bit of both, I would think. Like confident, but also, what am I doing?
I don't think I freaked out. I took life a little bit more serious. I will say that. And it was scary.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So I didn't leave until I made enough in my agency. I matched what I made.
Makes sense.
Working. So it wouldn't feel like a loss.
Right,
like,
that makes sense.
I just had to budget. It's the same.
She's
right?
so smart.
So I was kind of okay there. And then I've had retainer clients, so that makes it a little less stressful. But it still was feeling the need to hustle.
Yeah. I have a quick question. How long did you navigate both, like the agency and doing the side agency, your own? I don't want to call it a side gig because it seems like it was holding equal weight, at least at some point. But pursuing your own agency, own marketing clients, and the corporate, how long do you think you navigated that?
I feel like it was like 2 years.
Ooh.
A year and a half.
That's a long time. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. About 2 years.
Okay.
And even that's impressive. A long time, right?
Yeah, that's impressive.
But while I was working for Compass Corporate, I ended up taking my real estate license.
Okay.
And I just took it because they paid for it. Like, you know, like take advantage of the opportunity. So I just took it. So I had a license. And I was like, okay, in a means of me leaving the company as a marketing operations man, let me just stick around. Let me be on your team. Like, let me just be an agent on your team. And that is my role now. So I'm just an agent on the team.
Okay.
I'm just an agent. But I will say, even there, my interest is way bigger than an agent.
Yeah.
It's bigger. It's more so I enjoy the beautiful homes. I love the stories. I love the architecture. I love the design. I love the storytelling component of it more so than sold. Like,
how much can we get this for? How can we negotiate? Counter offer?
I just want to style it. I want to do the creatives. I want to have a nice property site. Like, I want to do the cool videos and campaigns. Like, that's what I enjoy about it. And that's what I enjoy within my role as the marketing operations. I enjoyed that the most.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that's to say, I have a real estate license because it makes sense. Like, just do it. But my passion is on the marketing side.
Okay. Makes sense.
So, yeah.
What a full circle, like, little journey there.
Yeah.
I love that. And it all started with sports management.
No, optometry.
Oh, that's right. The eye doctor. I still can't get over that.
Yeah.
That is such a curveball.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my family would have loved the doctor too, but... But yeah, so then left that. I'm now full-time in my agency. Okay. And then I dibble and dabble in real estate.
Oh, dibble and dabble. So you wear many, many hats. I love that. So I'm sure there are a lot of highs and lows. And lows don't mean like necessarily losses, but just being a business owner and managing a high-profile functioning creative agency. Can you share a time when things weren't linear? Were there any in-betweens with jobs, roles, or even identities? Maybe even along this process of like once you full send your agency, and this is, your main income, main driver. And you obviously did the right things. Like you waited till you were bringing enough money so it didn't feel like a loss to let go of the other one. But how was that transition? It's amazing because you're betting on yourself, but that's still scary because like you already mentioned earlier, you like to have your backup plan, like to have your security. And there's got to be a little bit of, I'm leaving the nest.
Yeah. It did. It was like that transition of being liable.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Like, yeah, it's fun. And I mean, depending on how you take your role as a CEO or founder, like you have freedom, but you kind of don't. Like, you know, like.
That makes sense.
So, I mean, honestly, that transition, it wasn't bad. I really feel like my biggest transition or hurdle or in between is like that in between phase of going from a solopreneur to building a team.
Ooh, I've never talked about that. Okay.
Oh, that one there is like.
Share some growing pains or maybe even things that you learned in that process.
I mean, communication. You have to learn how to communicate. You have to be considerate. And it's also like you have to make it so they can make it type thing.
Okay.
Like you have to make it so you can provide opportunity. You have to make it so it'll be a benefit to them.
Yeah.
So I said communication, but understanding different personalities and just how to effectively manage it. And then also I'm a very open, like, ooh, tell me, you're not going to hurt my feelings. Or I don't want it to feel like you don't have a voice. If you have a concern or something, come talk to me.
Yeah, let's be real.
Like, let's just be real. Like, come talk to me. And if anything, I'm going to try to be understanding and let's just kind of handle it. I don't hold grudges. I just kind of.
Yeah. Was that hard at first? I'm curious.
No, I don't think I ever really held grudges.
Well, not even just grudges, but
like
letting, if someone came to you with a concern or like, hey, the way we handled this client or this project, I think it could have gone differently. Like, not that you have an ego, but did you ever have any of those moments where you're like, okay, maybe you want to be defensive because it's your baby kind of thing, but then it's like, oh, wait, this person kind of has the right approach, right idea.
No, actually, I wasn't.
Okay.
I think as a business owner, I'm a learner. Like, I'm open to learning. I want to know about people. I'm open-minded.
Okay.
I think I felt more of those things when I was working under people.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, like, I think I would be more offended if I did something.
Man.
If I did something, because I'm just like,
I look myself in the mirror. I'm like, you're right. I'm like, don't tell me I'm wrong, even though you're above me.
Yeah. But no, I listen for sure to the clients. So even I tell my clients, like, this is your baby, and I want to help you get to your vision. So if you don't like something, tell me. I don't care. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. Like, I can come up with something different. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Well, it's important too, because you want them to also trust. And I mean, not that this is anywhere the same, but I can be guilty of that, of like not wanting to like upset the person that I've hired and paid money to do the thing for me. No. But I mean,
or not want to seem overbearing.
Right.
I mean, I'm like, keep coming to me, but I also try to set boundaries so I understand up front. Like, so it's not a constant back and forth. But yeah, I'm open to constructive feedback.
I love that.
Way. I may have had like one moment where it kind of bothered me, but needless to say, I'm pretty open.
Well, I bet you built a great rapport with your team. But did you have any like pain, struggle points of just being the boss? And it's okay if you say no, because I kind of feel like you've been a boss leading up to this.
Yeah. So another process was delegating.
Ooh. Oh.
Relinquishing control.
Yes.
I want to control the outcome so bad that it's just like, I should just do it myself.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
That's a problem a lot of people have. Actually.
I have that problem, and it's just me, myself, and I.
Yeah. There's a problem with, is it going to take me more time to explain to you how I want it? And
But you can't grow, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. You have to trust that skill, but that's also too, you have to hire within those.
Ooh. It's like psychology.
Yeah.
People, and also on trend. You want people who are like on the nose trend and things like that, because you have a brand to uphold.
Yeah, for sure. So like when I did start accepting people on my team, it kind of started by like, I knew you, or I like your personality, and I feel like our energies can mesh well.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, what do you like to do? And then I can find some, because I'm a startup. Okay. What do you like to do? And let's place you where you can grow the most, right? Like, so it's a mutual benefit. I want you to be in a space and a role that you enjoy. So that's kind of how I started. It wasn't just like, hey, I have this role out, someone apply. It was a little bit more like, I need help. What do you like to do?
Yeah.
And can you help me do that?
I love that. Okay.
Yeah. And that's kind of how I grew it. So the transition of relinquishing control.
Yeah.
Even so, like, I would have these team members, but it was just like, okay, Kaylyn, what you want us to do? Like, you know, and it was just like, I had to get organized. I feel like I had to have all my systems and processes in place. So it's just like very clear what I want instead of just like,
Right.
Yeah.
Because you can't expect them just to go do what you need them to do. Yeah, that makes sense.
So that was, I feel like, the biggest struggle for me.
Do you feel like you had to evolve to like a different version of yourself to allow this, I guess, natural growth and development to happen? Was that a struggle? Because I'm a control freak. So, you know, if when the In-Between brand grows, I know I'm going to struggle with this. And like you said, I think a lot of people can identify with that, especially coming from an agency. And granted, this is just me as talking from experience of friends, but they have all struggled even working in an agency. Like they're not the top dog. They're not the boss. And it's like, well, these are my clients. And it's weird bringing another team member on because I know how to run the show, but like I'm drowning in my work. So I guess maybe the question is, how would you say you felt yourself change? It's like honestly mature in a way.
Yeah. I say I fall back a lot.
Okay.
I trust them. Okay, now I've talked to you. What do you enjoy doing? It's almost like an exploration. Like, you know, treat this as if it was your baby. How would you do this? Even today, I just came from a campaign shoot. So my creative director, her name is Kay, little K, big K. But yeah.
I love that.
Yes. So she was in her groove and I just stepped back. Like, I just stepped back. Like, you okay, she knows what she's talking about. I let her have it. Like, I wasn't so gone home on my vision. Like ultimately it is like what exactly I envisioned, right? But not so much every step of the way. So it was just like, if the end goal is the same, I kind of just stepped back. I mean, also too, she does a good job, but I feel like giving them the freedom to feel like they can trust their judgment. So like my videographer, her name's Nyla, we were shooting a campaign video for the event, and I'm like, it's always, so what do you think? Like, here's my ideas, here's what I want, but like, what do you think?
That's so good as a boss too, to empower others on your team. At least for me speaking, when the higher up, the person, especially the person I report to or the CEO, whomever, values my opinion, there is so much growth just in that interaction. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. Good for you.
So I think I'm doing better. I'm doing good, you know?
Do you ever feel like you're flying down the rabbit hole? Like just, or not flying so much, but falling down the rabbit hole sometimes with it?
What do you mean by that?
Like, maybe not so much now, because now you have your processes and procedures in place, you have your team, and of course that can grow and that's the goal. But maybe in the early days, maybe when you were, do I hire someone, do I not? Like, how did you navigate? Those are so many in-betweens, I think about it, but how did you continue to bet on yourself even if you didn't quite know what you were doing?
So another thing I did when initially growing my team is I shared revenue. So, like, it was more so you make money if you put in the effort. For example, it's almost, you can consider it like a freelance, but, like, also, too, I created services and programs around a shared benefit. So, I had a photographer I worked with. So, there is a service where I'm doing a campaign shoot, and you're getting paid through every campaign shoot I book.
Got it. I love that.
It was more so the people who I could grow with, and it's like, we don't necessarily walk over each other's toes. So like here, I handle the market, I handle the creative direction, I handle this, and you come in as a freelancer and you help me get the job done. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of how I was able to build it in that way.
You're so smart. I love it. And to think you want to be an eye doctor.
I know.
So we've been talking a little bit online about navigating our own personal in-betweens, the struggles. And we didn't even like go into too much detail. It's just like, it's a struggle. I'm feeling it. Tears, things like that. So what are you currently struggling with or navigating?
It's like that in-between phase of like, you know exactly where you're going. Like you can see it vividly. You're just not there yet. And the struggles of the now. Just dealing with life as it comes to you. And you see yourself, but it's just like, patience is key. Patience is key.
I feel like that has literally been the past 10 months of my life. And there's like one phase to it. I'm like, okay, get to that point. And it's just so much patience and just trusting and just breathing and being in the stillness. Yeah, I could not identify with that more. I know different ways, but yes, I know this is going to work out, or I know this guest is going to work out, or I know this next milestone is going to work out, but whether it's how am I going to get there, not quite sure, but I'll figure it out, or it's waiting for that thing to play out.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's enough talk about how difficult that can be.
Yeah, it's extremely difficult, but it keeps me getting up every day.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, oh, like I feel it, I see it, I'm in my groove. Like I just got to keep doing it, but life is happening, and it's just like got to keep pushing.
You have no,
you got to.
You have no other way just to keep going. Yeah,
you just have to keep going. But I think you have to also develop a mindset to understand that. So I'm getting better day by day, but I literally every time I catch myself, I talk myself out of it, like intentionally. I don't settle in it for long. Like I can feel down about a moment, but I'm like, okay,
pivot, keep going.
Like I'm about to keep going, and that's honestly, it is a pivot. Like down to the smallest thing. I don't care. I don't want to talk about the problem.
Okay.
So like if we're in the middle of a photo shoot and something goes wrong, I'm like, okay, I'm not down about it. Okay, well let's do this instead. Like
right.
So I think I'm always thinking about the pivot. It's okay. Like if this goes wrong, it doesn't matter. It's not the end of the world. And that's how I treat a lot of things. Mm-hmm. So to go back to that, it was just like having that mindset of just pivoting.
Yeah. Is that how you ground yourself in these in-betweens? And it kind of goes back to like betting on yourself too. I mean, that's literally what that is. Like, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to pivot.
I mean, yeah, it's not so much a pivoting. It's just like keep going.
Yeah.
I give myself 5 minutes to cry about it. Just cry about it. But okay, get up.
Right.
Yeah, and I think I'm also have the energy and the motivation because I'm seeing it day in and day out.
Right.
Like I see myself getting closer to the goal. And I mean that goal's gonna move too. But like I see myself, so I see it very vividly. I just have to keep doing it.
Do you, and maybe not so much anymore, but on this topic, have you ever struggled with recognizing the milestones you've already reached or like where you're at? Because I personally struggle with that.
Yeah.
And I get really stuck in my head. Then I'm like, wait a second, look at what I've gained. Look at what I'm doing. Look at how many downloads I get per episode versus when I first started and it was like 8.
Yeah. I can't say the actual moment, but there is like a click.
Ooh, okay.
There is like a energy shift. I don't know.
All right. And that boss energy, I guess, really. Truly.
Yeah, like there was just a shift in me and I can't really pinpoint the moment, but it was just like, I know what I'm doing. I trust what I'm doing. I enjoy what I'm doing. I'm doing it. Yeah, I don't know.
You've reached the point of like, of course I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a problem solver. I mean, it's some stuff I can't solve. I'm not going to lie.
I would never know. The way you're talking, I'm like, you could tell me the sky's green. I'm like, you're right. It's green.
No. I still have some stuff I felt in my personal life.
She's humble.
Yeah. But when it comes to like the work.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that. I feel like.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I'm solution driven.
Solutions driven, gonna figure it out, gonna keep going, bet on yourself, and that's how you do it. I like that. So there was a mindset shift, and you couldn't pinpoint when, but there was just a point where you reached, I'm doing what I dreamed about.
Yeah. And I also think it's your environment too, the people you're around.
Yeah, support system.
Yeah. I mean, naturally, people have always seen it in me. Mm-hmm. And that's a pressure there too.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Expand on that.
When people just, and I'm trying to use my words lightly, when people just see so much greatness in you or expect so much greatness from you, and I mean, that started down from my mom. She knew exactly who I was, and she wasn't going to allow me to do nothing less, right? So I was a people pleaser. Yeah. And I'm slowly, not even slowly, I'm getting out of it. Yeah. And I've been out of it for a minute. It's still sometimes a struggle, and you're just over cautious of how somebody will perceive something, or you care so much about controlling how they'll feel about something. Yeah. But being a people pleaser. So I think just growing up, my mom had high expectations, but also too, I feel like my environment had high thoughts of me. So I just always wanted to uphold that or like keep that. I don't know how to explain it, or just not fail or, So taking that on to today, I mean, I still work to please my clients and the people I work with, but I'm also more vocal about how I feel and not so much of suppressing it just because. Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
What would you say to the version of you, like your younger self, when you're talking about this pressure to please and this, and now you are Boss Lady K. You are the CEO of this creative marketing agency. You have been listed in Jezebel magazine's 40 Under 40. You are known in the community, and even bigger than just the community of Atlanta. What would you tell younger K, who was pivoting, figuring it out, going to Compass, getting laid off, figuring out the next move? What advice would you give?
You have to trust the process. And that's so, like, I don't want to give that advice because I didn't trust the process. Like, I didn't trust the process. It sounds so simple, but it's so hard.
No, I'm thinking of that meme that's like, trust the process. Does it know we're trusting it?
Yeah, like, how can you trust the process?
Right.
What's some things I feel like helped me through it? Obviously, God, having faith, but also keeping myself creative. So, like, I took advantage of every downtime.
Okay.
So when I was laid off, I immediately went into building my agency. Like, I didn't spend all that time applying for another job. So it's just like taking advantage of the downtime and always being willing to learn. So, like, anything that I want to offer within my agency, I'm learning it. I enjoy learning. Yeah. Especially if it's a field that I enjoy. So, So, I mean, I would tell little K just to keep going. Okay. And it's really that simple. Just keep going.
I mean, it's simple, but it's also like hard because you're not getting instant gratification. I remember when I first started the podcast, the thing I read over and over again was like consistency is key because everyone gives up. You're not getting the Alex Cooper, Call Her Daddy downloads in the beginning, but you have to keep going because eventually you have to trust yourself enough that it's going to pan out to something.
Yeah. I think I'm also kind of real with myself too.
Yeah.
And like real about the process of like life. It's just kind of like, you're gonna get it. Like, you're gonna get there. It's a double-edged sword. Some days I'm rushing the process. Some days I'm enjoying the process. Right. In our generation, as we're getting older, I think it's more so a means of the security that is a feel for it. Like, put the most pressure on you. Yeah. But I think just always keep going. Like, even when I was working, I was doing my stuff on the side. Just always keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, and honestly, I think if you keep going, it just kind of works out. Like, I've benefited so much from joining Compass. Like, I've benefited so much. It's pivoted my life in different directions, and I just did it. Like, you just have to trust the process and that everything is going to work out for itself. Yeah. And when I look back, that is the biggest lesson. So now that I'm like, okay, I've lived life a little bit, I can take my next years easier. Yeah. 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 Because you have that trust that's going to work. Yeah. No. Yeah. I love that. I'm glad you said that because that's something that I believe in too that I've talked about is I don't know how to explain it. It's like the magic of the universe, the magic of God. You just got to keep betting on yourself. You got to keep going. You got to keep doing it and you meet the right people. You get the right opportunity. Even if it seems random at the time, like you just said, look at all the things and opportunities that were born from this conversation. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to say that about this podcast. Like, when we're looking back at it, like years from now, we're just getting started. Remember we were in my house, or not even my house, about soon to sell house? Yeah. Yeah. So I just love that. I think about that too. I really do. Yeah. Last question I want to ask you before we get into your event. I'm trying not to say the name. I want to say it so bad, but I want to wait for like the grand finale kind of thing. Yeah. But I feel like this is a good closer on your story. And I also appreciate you sharing your story. Yeah. I love these kind of stories. I love people who bet on themselves because we don't hear enough about that. We hear the bad, we hear the negative, or we see the super success. You don't get the come up. And that's the hardest part. And it's never lonely. And it's just, I really appreciate you sharing with that. Yeah. And hopefully everyone listening, you may not have it figured out, but just trust the idea as long as it's in your heart and something you care about and you want to do, just don't give up. And it's okay if there's moments of self-doubt. God knows I have those. Yeah. I've had those a lot. Times a many, for sure. But keep at it. But on that note, have you ever felt underestimated? And then what did you do with that energy? With that smirk, I'm like, oh, yes. Where's she going? Oh, yes. I definitely did. And it's only a few moments because like I told you, most people see greatness. Right. Yes. I don't experience too much, but I had a moment of time in my life. I had a hiccup. And it's like when people are waiting for your downfall. They were waiting. So, like, I think that was, like, a moment, and I don't even want to go into details.
No, we don't have to go into details, but you had a moment.
But I had a moment, and that filled me. Like, it didn't make me sad at all. It was like, okay.
I'm not going to prove them right. I'm going to freaking keep going.
Okay, we'll see. Catch ya.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was a moment. But, no, not really. I don't think if it is, no one really says it to me. Or, yeah.
I love that. You have such a clear, compass of you and your path and what you bring, but no negativity penetrate that wall of who is Kay and what she's all about.
Yeah.
That is the ultimate form of self-love.
It is. And it is. It is. And sometimes I think even my family and my partner knows, you can tell me all day your opinion. Mm-hmm. But if I feel it and I know it, I just understand you don't have my vision. I don't necessarily expect you to either, because I don't, we don't share the same.
Right.
I can't see what God has placed on your heart.
Right.
So it may not make sense to me, but hey, do what you do. So I think even in those relationships, I take on opinions, but I'm also very confident in what I've been shown.
I love that.
So yeah. So I don't really focus on naysayer or anything. No. I think naturally you'll probably feel the pressure of failing, but for your personal self more so than anybody else.
Especially when you reach your level, you have a team behind you. You have clients, you have people who depend on you and what you're going to produce. So that's natural.
Yeah, and then I understand real life. Those people are dealing with the same stuff I'm dealing with.
Right. Right.
It's just who can hide it better.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. I'm this is how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's how I feel too. Because I know, we all go through similar stuff, and you catch more honey that way, actually, too, by just being real.
Thank you. Lie. Authenticity is what is what sells. It's what people are drawn to. It is what will drive you in any creative, entrepreneurial, whatever pursuit.
Yeah, you don't have to be anybody else.
Just be you.
Yeah.
Because out of billions of people, there's only one Kay. Yeah. There's only one Elizabeth.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that. Man, self-love queen over here. I love talking about self-love. Whenever I talk about in between, well, what is it? I was well, it's one part entertainment, one part empowerment, but the biggest pillar is self-love.
Yeah.
And your whole story is an expression of self-love. It's an expression of betting on yourself, believing in yourself enough, even when you got laid off and I don't want to say life was against you. That's dramatic because it's not the vibe you've given, but the curveballs, the hiccups, the speed bumps, whatever, you still had a vision. You still were true to yourself. And I think that's incredible. And that definitely goes to show the success that you have had.
Yeah.
And you will continue to have, and even more so.
Yeah. And just by you saying that coined me as important. It's a blessing to have an environment that believes in you, or, that sees the greatness in you. Yeah. And I think even from a young kid, it's important to have that around your child. Instilling that, believing you seeing and looking at them in a highlight, not from a pressure way though, not from an overbearing, controlling way, but just speaking life into people and your children. I think is so important because I'm confident, but when I think about why am I confident?
Came from your family.
Yeah.
They taught you to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
I always say my mom taught me the foundations of self-love because she would be you're wonderful. You can do that.
Yeah.
All right, you did okay. Let's figure this out. Maybe not that angle. Let's try this again.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and that's so important.
It is.
Oh my gosh. My fiance does a wonderful job of that. With my son, just naturally is evolved how I am. Aww. It's a wonderful feeling.
Yeah.
And your kids really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So talk life into your kids.
Yeah. I think that's beautiful. Speak life into your kids.
Yeah.
Because they will benefit from it, and it will make the journey a little bit easier because you always have that to fall back on.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Well, thank you. So before we close, we have very important things to talk about. So I want you to do the full red carpet, but Black Book Studio, I don't even know how long you've been planning this event, but there's a very big event. I've already bought my ticket next month.
Yes.
And it's actually my mom's birthday, so I know it's going to be a hit because...
Yes, Cancer.
You got Cindy Cheney's energy behind it. Trust me, it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
So give the audience the spiel. Tell them what's coming up.
Okay, so only the hottest night of Atlanta, right? The hottest night of the summer is what we're coining it, but it's called Heat Wave.
Okay.
And this is our first of its kind of our event, so I'm very excited. But we are really honoring and celebrating the people who are making waves here in Atlanta. So we're focusing on business owners, people in the creative community, film and entertainment, and culture and community.
Okay.
So we're honoring those in the creative fields who are making waves here in Atlanta. I'm truly excited about it because we're debuting our Hot List 15. So this is like, I won't say the hottest. Everyone is the hottest in their own right, but we are honoring 15 of those people from this community. And it's really, I'm just excited about connecting. And like, we did a smaller event last quarter and it was just so needed. Right? Like, it was so needed. It was so many relationships built from that room. It was intentional. It was fun. It was lighthearted. Yeah. So I wanted to explore that again, but, you know, also honor some of those who in the community and have put in the work, because it feels good to be honored, you know, and recognized for the work you do. Because people see. They'll see it and they won't congratulate you. They won't tell you. But they'll look and they'll stalk and they'll just like stay on you. Is this person going to keep winning? So I just want to be very vocal about the people we see in our community. So it's going to be July 12th at V12 in Atlanta. And you can learn more about it at heatwavewrld.com.
Okay.
But
and I'll link that in the show notes and everywhere too.
Yes. It's going to be an immersive experience. I mean, I don't like to use the word networking because that's going to naturally happen when you put the right people in the room together.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah. It's not a networking event, but you're going to do some of that. But it's going to be a high vibe, high energy. Like, just expect to come in, enjoy a good time. We're going to have some live immersive activations. Ooh. Yeah. And then we're going to have a celebratory moment for our 15, but honestly, it's really a celebration for all of Atlanta.
Ooh, I love that.
I think everyone in the room is going to be somebody. Yeah. And I mean, anybody's somebody, but you're going to be somebody who's on your passion, on your road, your chase. So you're going to connect with the right people.
There's a certain magic too when you have all those kind of people in the same room.
Yeah.
I will have my business cards by then, 1,000%.
Just, so that's going to be on July 12th. And leading up to that, we have a teaser. So, you know, I like to roll out the red carpet. I like to give the people an experience. I don't want your money.
Give the people. I love it.
I don't just want your money. Like, I want to create an experience. I want it to be worth it for you. I want you to leaving feeling like it was more than worth.
Ooh,
more than worth it, right? So, we're doing a prelude event.
Okay.
It's called Heat Index.
Oh, cute. I love
we
that.
got the heat index and we got the heat wave. But so this is open to ticket holders, people who've already purchased the tickets. Almost like a incentive, but you know, just something also special in a moment to get you pre-energy, pre-ready, like what to expect, a little teaser, if you may. So we're partnering with Antidote Midtown, and we are also partnering up with Sensational by Future Perfume. So they're doing their official launch. Yeah. So it's going to be an amazing part. It's going to be powered by Red Bull, and like, we're giving people experience. Like,
oh my God.
You know, and then you also get to shop our style book and like what to wear to the event.
Literally, I was just thinking, what am I going to wear to this event?
Everyone is asking me, what am I going to wear? I'm like, girl, come to the event. You know, we'll give you a look of like what to piece together. You can shop from here. Okay. So we're doing a shopping event.
I love this. This is so interactive. It's like a living event in a way. Yeah. I mean, creating a moment. Like, at the core of the event is, what do I want people to be feeling? What do I want them to be experiencing, doing? So it's not just a party, but we gonna party. Yes. We're gonna party. We're gonna Uber there for sure.
We're gonna party. It's not just like you leave and feeling like, that was cool. I just went to the club. Like, you know, it's like, oh, that was nice. And I had a good time. Yeah. Oh, and I made that connection.
Right. That's the big thing.
Oh, and then months later we see what that turns into, right? But like, it's really just putting like-minded.
I love it. And I bet it's called the Hot 15. Is that what you're dubbing the title?
For the honorees? Yes. Yeah.
So this is the inaugural Hot 15.
So
this will be the next Jezebel's 40 under 40. It'll be Heat Waves Hot 15.
I love that. And I love modern luxury. Shout out to Kendra. Yeah, but that's what we have coming up. And I would say, stay tuned. I mean, I would love for you to experience it.
I'll definitely link the ticket link as well, like my post clips and stories. But if you're a creative, an entrepreneur, or any of what she just like hyped up makes you get excited over, you should come. It's going to be a great event. I can't wait. Yeah. I really can't wait. I mean, I was like, when did tickets go on sale?
No, Elizabeth was the first. I think you were the first one. No kidding. Like, because it was supposed to go out on Friday, right?
Right.
And it went out Sunday. And then you text me on Friday, like, ready. And I love that. I appreciate that.
I'm a hype girl.
Yes.
I like to support my people.
Support your friends.
Seriously. Yeah. I had one quick question. Where did the inspiration for this come from? So you said you did like a smaller event last quarter, and then you're like, we need this bigger? Or did you already have this vision?
Okay. So this is where it started. I'm always getting inspiration.
Yeah.
I got the theme first.
Okay.
But I didn't know to what extent, what kind of event it would be.
Yeah.
I got the theme first, and I just kind of put it in the back of my Pinterest board. Like, I just kind of started curating it. And then I was thinking, after that first event, I was like, okay, I want to get into events from an agency perspective. So, like, I want Black Book Studio to grow into a community. And it really be a collaborative effort of, you know, me having the connections with what my clients may need, being able to refer, build an ecosystem.
Yeah, I love that.
You know, so, like, I always tell people, like, I am a marketing agency, but I welcome people who do the same thing as me.
I love that. There's room at the table.
Yeah, there is. There is. And I mean, there's more than enough people.
Yeah.
There's more than enough people. You can't even grasp it or think about it. So,
Yeah.
like, it's not that. So I wanted to build that community effort. Like, you know, and eventually the agency is going to be, yes, one for services, but it's going to be one for community where you can learn workshops. We invest back into our future marketers, and then also a space for intentional events.
I love this.
Yeah, so I didn't want to just a party. It's very intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it
it's
seems very intentional.
Yeah. And it took time for it to develop.
Yeah.
Because I was supposed to have an event first quarter.
And it's what, June?
Yeah.
Here we
so,
go.
I mean, I'm excited.
No, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
But I do need help on what to wear. I have no idea.
Got you. I
All
got
right,
you. That's
cool.
That's coming soon.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to go. It's going to be super exciting. We will post all the pictures and we'll post clips leading up to it.
And shout out to Brooke from Calliope PR.
Oh, God, Brooke. Literally had a whole episode about her, basically. I was like, she's my hype queen. If I ever have any self-doubt, speed dial, Brooke. I just need you to lift me up for a sec.
Oh, you know, I can get on a tangent. Let's stay focused because I
know.
can go into a
No,
whole
this is
spiel
Brooke's
of
fan club
her.
over here, 1,000%.
Yes. Yes.
No, she's such a, not even just a girl's girl, but she is that, but she is such a hype queen. I mean, you're a
She
hype
taught
queen.
me another level of confidence too.
Yeah. The way she introduces me, I'm like, I get bashful and I'm like, okay, you know what? But you're right. I need to own that. And she says all the things that you're thinking about yourself, you know, but she says it out loud. And there's just something magical about that person who will go ahead and trudge forward with the confidence for you. I don't know. She's special.
Yeah.
Oh, I love our little community we have going. It's so sweet. I love it. Well, like I said, we'll link Heatwave tickets URL in the show notes and in all the clips. But for everyone listening, they should follow you because not only is your content fire, but I mean, it's you and your brand. I mean, from this whole story in this episode, it started off as a little lady who thought she'd be an eye doctor. And now look at her. Yes. But you should follow her. So where can everyone follow you?
So at Real, REAL, Boss Lady, and just the letter K. Real Boss Lady K.
I'll make sure I link that in the show notes too. But thank you so much for coming on The In-Between.
Thank you.
And just, I know, let's hug and then we go toast. Toast our rose. I
Hello.
know it's like kind of awkward with the mic. Like, beep.
Cheers.
Man. God, that tastes so good. One more sec.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, wow. Here we go.
We made it.
We made it. But thank you, everyone. And we'll see you at Heatwave.
Yes, we will. July 12th.
July 12th. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks, girl.